Hello, my name is David. Welcome back to my channel. I wasn't planning on releasing a video tonight. I've got one prepped for tomorrow that you will be able to see on Tag Tuesday. But there is another BookTube spin coming up. I am almost done with my reading from the last spin, which is the Anglo-Saxon Chronicles. Since we get 2 months to read it, I pushed it into June for Ancient Sithon. And I'm most of the way through that. I plan on finishing that hopefully before the end of this week, and I've thoroughly enjoyed it. And so, Rick MacDonald, if you don't know, he has done this. This will be his third time doing it, where he will spin a wheel with numbers 1 through 20, and whatever number comes up, you read that book from your selection. So the premise is that we pick 20 books and order them in a number, in a numerical order, show them in some way, shape, or form to put us accountable for what book it is that we're reading that corresponds with that associated number for the spin. And so one of these 20 books will be, I'm assuming, July/August, so getting a 2-month period of time to read through them just like the last spin. So without any further preamble, I'm going to try to keep this short and quick. I might read the backs of what they are, get a little blurb or something. We'll see. We'll do it like the first one or two and see if we want to continue beyond that. So book number 1, I'm going to start with one of the biggest ones on here. The Age of Arthur by John Morris. So this is a history of the British Isles from 350 to 650. I'm interested in this period. I want to read this one, but I feel pretty confident. Last time it spun a number 1. That's well, I mean, obviously it's completely random. So there's no justifying that it's a safer pick, but I feel like it's a safer pick to put as number 1. So it says, a lifetime scholarship enabled John Morris to recreate a past hitherto hidden in myth and mystery. He describes the Arthurian age as the starting point of future British history. First saw the transition from Roman Britain to Great Britain, the establishment of England, Scotland, Ireland, and Wales from the collapse of the Pax Romana. In exploring political, social, economic, religious, and cultural history from the 4th to the 7th century, his theme is one of continuity. That continuity is embodied in Arthur himself. In name, he was the last Roman emperor, but he ruled as the first medieval king. Book number 2 is, I believe, the shortest one on this list, so putting them nice close together. So it is Medieval Literature, a very short introduction. So these are nice, portable, pocket-sized volumes. I love these. This is one of 2 that I have. I've read the other one. This is something I want to get more of. And it just has kind of a quote on the back. So I'm not even going to read well, I guess it'd be the inside. British and Irish literature from the medieval period has long gripped the imagination of its readers, inspired writers from Milton, Tennyson, and Auden to Tolkien, Steinbeck, and Bernard Cornwell. In this very short introduction, Elaine Treharne provides a detailed overview of the evolution and variety of medieval texts and the scribal tradition that produced them, looking at well-known texts such as Beowulf, the Canterbury Tales, and the Mabinogion. I don't even know how to pronounce that. As well as texts that are less familiar, such as sermons, saints' lives, lyrics, and histories. Treharne discusses the major themes of this literary tradition: sin and salvation, kingship and authority, myth, and the monstrous. So I think we'll just skip reading those for the rest of them and just make this a little bit shorter. So book number 3, Homer, the Iliad. So this is going to be a reread, but the first time reading this nice Robert Fagles translation, which I also have the Aeneid and the Odyssey on my shelf, also translated in the same kind of format, but this would be the one of the 3 I'd want to start with. Next we have an unusual read, one that I probably wouldn't pick myself anytime soon, Master of Adventure, The Worlds of Edgar Rice Burroughs by Richard A. Lupoff. So this is about Edgar Rice Burroughs. I'm going to be reading my first Burroughs novel next month. So this would be a good one to pair with that. So book number 5, The Medieval Machine, The Industrial Revolution of the Middle Ages. Book number 6, Castles and Warfare in the Middle Ages. So decent sized volumes here, kind of moderate in length. Chronicles of the Crusades by Joinville and Villehardouin. So that one has been shown a couple different times on potential picks and has fallen short. Maybe this time it will be lucky. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Number 8, Julius Caesar, Man, Soldier, and Tyrant by J.F.C. Fuller. Number 8, The Peloponnesian War by Donald Kagan. Michael K. Vaughan says this is a good read. I'm going to trust his word on that. That's why that one made the list. 20 Decisive Battles of the World. So 20 battles, each one getting a short and sweet covering. It's got a cool map on the back. Let's see, rough idea of how long each battle gets coverage for. Looks like about roughly 20-ish pages per battle, so that's not bad. Ends up being about 350 pages in there. So number 10, A Most Holy War. So the Albigensian Crusade and the Battle for Christendom. So I think this is going to be an interesting one. So that's the first 10. So our second 10. So number 11, Lord Fowl's Bane by Stephen R. Donaldson. So book 1 in the Chronicles of Thomas Covenant the Unbeliever, a series that I have not read that I'm curious to read. Number 12, Claudius the God by Robert Graves. So this is the author that's famous for I, Claudius. Not read I, Claudius, so this is yeah, it's supposed to be really good. I would hope I don't have to read the other one first, but if I do, please let me know so that I know, well, if it doesn't get spun and picked, to pick up the other one, I, Claudius, so that I can read that. Hey, I mentioned this book earlier, the Mabinogion. This is an Arthurian type thing, and it's translated by Jeffrey Gantz. I have never read this one. I would like to read this one. Next is The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. I am almost done with Circe right now. I would love to dive into this one. Number 15. This one's a chunker. Children of Time by Adrian Tchaikovsky. This would be my first Tchaikovsky book that I would read, but this is supposed to be really good as long as you can get past the spiders, and I'm okay with that. So number 16, A Year in the Life of William Shakespeare. So this is events, plays that were written, everything on 1599 by James Shapiro. So that should be a fun and interesting read. One of my shortfalls on my You Pick from my 5, The War of the Roses by Alison Weir. I wanted to make sure this had another shot at winning. So number 18, John Steinbeck, East of Eden. Literary Discourse is doing a read-along with it right now. I'm not planning on joining in on that because I've already got enough going on, but if this wins in the spin, we'll be reading right along. Alright, so this is a Michael K. Vaughan special right here. He would approve. The Coming of Conan the Cimmerian by Robert E. Howard. So these are the first stories, I believe the first 13 Conan stories appearing in their original versions contained in here. And last, but certainly not the least, one that I have wanted to read for ages, The Pillars of the Earth by Ken Follett. So there you go. There's my 20 books that are up for the spin. One of them will be a July/August read that I'll be pacing myself through and starting hopefully very early July to make my way through and at least make some headway early in the month. So thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed seeing that. Stay tuned. Tomorrow morning there will be a video where I do a tag where yeah, I'm going to have some more books. So I'm sure you will enjoy that one. Thank you for watching.